Hey all. So, um, you're welcome. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'm not going to force you to do it. I would like to get more subscribers. I would love more subscribers. Sorry, it's up to you. If I get to 1 million subscribers, I said I will do one of those viral dances that are popular on the social medias at that point in time, or to and when I get to 10 million subscribers, of course. I will do one of the viral dances, but at a location of your choosing, basically, i.e., of popular choice, of course, of your choosing. It's not going to be I'm going to list like 4 or 5 entries. I'm going to create a document that's going to be public, and then you guys enter it, and I'll go for it from there as far as how that or forms. Sorry, creating a forms or something like that. I don't know whatever it is. Anyways, you like or dislike, it's up to you. Um, Liking the channel, I don't know what liking the channel, disliking the channel exactly does to the algorithm, but it's up to you. Um, the other aspect as well too is comment. You're welcome to comment, leave feedback, leave any questions in the comment. I do look at all the comments. I do read them. I try to answer them if there are questions or if there are anything relevant that I could comment on or like it or probably thumbs up it, basically, for that matter. Um, Anyways, to the point in hand now. Essentially, the phones themselves, smartphones themselves. It's a case where I kind of miss the fingerprint reader, and that's why I have not. So I'm on the Pixel. Caveat: I'm on the Pixel 5 right now, and the reason why I haven't left the Pixel 5 is because I love the reader on the back. Everyone says, "Oh, the thumb, the reader on the front of on the screen itself is great," but that's more of a gimmick more than anything else. To be quite honest, honestly, like, why use up all that real estate? You had all this real estate in the back. Why not use it there? It's easier to do, and it's physical. Whereas on the screen itself, sometimes if it doesn't work, and we were seeing it on actually the Pixel 6 and 7 for that matter, a little issues with it unless you like press it slightly, in a proper way. But sometimes if your thumb or fingers like moved in a different angle, it won't work, and you have to like put it in the proper position or something like that. Um, Now the whole facial recognition, lidar and facial recognition thing, that kind of works out really well. As at least Apple's worked on that really well. The only thing is, it doesn't work entirely if you're in the dark per se, pure pitch black, dark, or two if you have a mask on, or if you have a mask on and maybe sunglasses for that matter. I remember back in the day, I think it was the HTC Incredible. No, not the Incredible. The HTC phone, the 4G phone. I forgot what it was at that time. It was the first LTE phone at that time when HTC came out. The battery life sucked, but they introduced the facial recognition feature, but it was through the camera, like the way now the Pixel 7 works. Essentially, where you can unlock your phone through your eyes, but in that situation, sometimes you don't have to blink, and all you have to do is just basically put up a picture of yourself, and that would work. Um, Facial recognition, like I said, only works to the point where if you have no mask on. If half your face is not covered, then you're okay. But in reality, nowadays, with the way the virus is, COVID virus, as well as the flu for that matter, people are now becoming more prevalent to wearing masks, a little bit at least, especially, at least I think on planes for sure. Um, it's like I said, it's one of those things. I kind of miss the fingerprint readers that are on the back. I mean, that's why I stayed on the 5. When I got the Pixel 4, it was a case where I thought it was great, but at the same time, once I got the mask, it became a burden. Um, it was a real burden to the point where, like, I had to unlock, pull down my mask, or to use basically whatever the pattern recognition, basically. Um, and so it was one of those things where, with the pattern recognition, sometimes it would work, but if your hands were not like, sweaty or oily for that matter, then it would work. But if it didn't, you had problems and you just had to wait. Or sometimes you would just be off. But like if you did one big circle, sometimes it doesn't work. Or if you had like some weird complex zigzagging thing, then, whatever it may be. I mean, at least that was a true backup. But I missed the fingerprint reader on the Pixel 4, and it was one of those things I wish it was back there. And when the 5 came back, I'm like, yes, great. The thing is, they removed the top notch, and the 5 was just one size. It wasn't as popular as a result, but I kind of liked it, and I still do like it because even though the camera isn't so great, at least it's small enough, and the battery lasts a little bit longer than what the 4 did at that time. and it wasn't as bulky. Um, Honestly, if I wish the 7 had the LiDAR notch a little bit at that point as well too, with the fingerprint reader on the back. If the Pixel had it like that, that'd be great. And that's what I missed with, I thought for sure they would do the exact same thing where like, you have the face, face unlock, but at the same time, if they had a fingerprint reader back on the back, that would be great. I think people would love that. Having it on the front of the phone, basically, like I said, it's like on the screen itself. I think that's just a gimmick, basically. Quite honestly, that's just too gimmicky at this point. Honestly, I think it's more of a case like you want that physical aspect where you can touch it, physically feel it, versus having to like figure out where in the screen that you have to put it on. Essentially, that's the problem. Other problem with this, you got to make sure you're at the right exact spot. Whereas at least with the physical aspect of being on behind the phone, you know where the actual physical location is, and you could put your finger or fingers, depending which fingers you have it set for, to the actual divot. Um, yeah, I kind of wish I missed that. I'm hoping the Pixel 8 comes out with that, where it does support the backward, the back fingerprint, or for that matter, the iPhone 15. I mean, I understand they want to, use the facial recognition. Fine, keep it in, but have something in the back at that point. And granted, if those two don't work, then yeah, have your pattern basically to unlock, pattern unlock, or pin, whatever it may be. Um, yeah, for me right now, like I said, I'm on the Pixel 5. It's a good thing I didn't go on the Pixel 6. Honestly, if I was on the Pixel 4, I would have stuck with the Pixel 4. Once the Pixel 4, like my Pixel 4 broke, uh, it didn't break. It was more the battery just died within like a matter of seconds. Once I unplugged it, the battery just died. And I'm like, great, it's a battery issue, and I couldn't replace the battery. That's the other thing I kind of missed. Factors is like basically you were able to remove the back and replace it with a new battery. If that was still there, I would be on the Pixel 5. Pixel 4 for quite a long time. Actually, I still would have been on the Pixel 4 until probably the Pixel 8 would come along. Honestly, I remember LG, and then I had the OnePlus T, and then I don't remember before the Pixel 4 what I had before that. But in any case, like I said, it was one of those things where I love the Pixel phones, but like I miss the fingerprint readers, and that's why I'm not moving away from the Pixel 5 until the Pixel 8 comes along, and it requires, it's much, much, much better. By that point, my Pixel 5 will become not only obsolete, but the battery will probably start dying out at that point as well too. I have a feeling that batteries only last for so long, a good 2 years. After 2 years, it starts dying out, and you won't be able to it won't last at that point. So that's where I'll probably go to the 8 eventually when it comes out. I might even go to the 7 if something really happens to my 5 at this point. Unless, of course, the iPhone 15 turns out to be game-changing, then maybe. Samsung, yeah, the Ultra is great, but honestly, I'd rather have that that base Android experience that Google provides. And considering that Google also Google RCS text messaging, they're going to do group end-to-end encryption, which is going to be great. So I'll just stick with the Pixel for now, unless iOS has something that's game-changing at that point as well too. Outside of that, there's not much else to say. As I like to end it, basically, it's unfiltered, unedited, and of course, unrehearsed. Until next time.